This week we are going to learn about the CSS box model. And basically everything on your screen can be viewed as a virtual box. And then you'll learn how to place those boxes into different layouts. And we will be learning about a responsive design technique called Flexbox. In fact, you're going to be learning 3 different types of responsive design, and Flexbox is the first one. So we have quite a few web-based readings that you're going to want to go through. The traditional box is what you're going to learn about first, and then you're going to learn about Flexbox, and then specific CSS styles that are used to create these virtual boxes and to position them. And then once you get done with the web-based readings, you are going to go on to the lecture demo. And the lecture demo gives you lots and lots of examples. And I like visual examples, so you can kind of see how these little virtual boxes are created. And I've got links to try it exercises, so you can go out and kind of play with the code as you are learning about it. And a lot of these properties that we're going to talk about today, we have actually looked at before, but we are now looking at the CSS in a little different light, kind of, how we can make boxes with it instead of styling, different pieces of text. So kind of looking at the same styles in a different way. So as you read through this, you'll get a pretty good idea about what a virtual box is and about the different layouts that you can use. And with all the examples, I always show you code and then I show you what it looks like. And for some of them, it's helpful to see them outside of the lecture. And then you can always right click and go to view page source to see how that was created. So once you are done with this, you are going to do the textbook assignment. And the textbook assignment, as usual, is more directive. And there are several files that you are going to be downloading. And you're going to be manipulating the content to several different box layouts. So there's a farm animal and a song file that you're going to download. And then there's lots of graphics that go with the farm one. And I've got some CSS that goes with the song one. So you're going to need to create all of your folders. And there is a video that walks you through that. And then you're going to download to the correct folder. And then you will start by creating a traditional box. Okay, so this is going to walk you through, you're going to open the farm page and follow the directions to create a box. Okay, and then you want to make sure you save the farm page. You're going to copy it and convert it into a Flexbox. So make sure you save your changes. You'll copy it, and then you will save it as farm Flexbox. And then you'll basically come through here and you will convert that traditional box to a Flexbox. And there are directions for all of these tasks. Okay, so you'll learn about absolute positioning and how that works. And then we'll learn a little bit more about Flexbox here. And then at the bottom is a summary of what you need to turn in. And once you finish that, Going to make sure you transfer everything to the web and that you check it live online to make sure that it works. You are going to submit done to the Dropbox and move on to the lab assignment. So for the lab assignment, you are going to create your own traditional box page, and then you can use that same content for part 2, which is going to be creating a Flexbox page. And so I did include some extra information on design principles and concepts. So you may want to read through that. This is not anything you're going to be tested on, but knowing a little about design does help you lay out your pages, and it kind of helps you know what to do. So I would definitely read through this and take a look at the examples and keep this in mind when you are creating your own page. For the traditional box, I've got kind of a skeleton of, what your content could look like. And I do have an example here. Okay, this is actually something that I did use once upon a time. And if we resize it, let me see here. Come on. You can see that it adjusts, and that is exactly what it is supposed to do. Okay, and so if you want to see how I did this, you right click, go to view page source. So you can see how I've got my HTML set up, and then my CSS is in an external style sheet, and you can take a look at that. So that is the traditional box, and then you also need to do a flex box. And so you can actually take your HTML, save it, as the Flexbox model HTML. And then you can modify the link to the style sheet. I would open the traditional box CSS style sheet, save it as Flexbox, and then change that Flexbox style sheet, remove the float information that is in there because that's traditional box, and add in the CSS for the Flexbox. And so I've kind of described what I did in mine, and you're going to need to do something similar. And then if you want to see how that page looks, here is the Flexbox, and you will notice that it does look quite a bit different. You can see how the box sizes change and they adjust. And that is what Flexbox does. So it's quite a bit different than the traditional box. And the one mistake that people make on this is they have their Flexbox page, but they forget to change this link to their Flexbox CSS, which is a problem because then it's the traditional box and not the Flexbox. So make sure you change this link. Okay, and then once you get these done, you are going to update your textbook assignment section with the box files. And then you're also going to update your lab assignment section. And then this is how you're going to be graded. If you feel like you still need a little more practice with Flexbox, I did include some kind of fun resources down here at the bottom. So some of these are like games. Flexbox Froggy is a game that you can play. get this little froggy, move him around. And it does kind of help you learn Flexbox. And you can see there are 24 levels to this game. So you guys can play that, or you can take a look at some of these other resources. If you have any questions or if you run into problems, please let me know. I hope you guys have fun with the assignments and have an awesome week.